Not the greatest of distances, but we're working on it. Whatever. It's life been a work in progress. Switch the process whenever it completes. It. Yay. Recording, I should be on film. I'm recording. I'm gonna cross the room. But it is what it is. Excuse me. Alright. I'll make this a quick enough video. Let's see. Okay, I watched a video online about the original JKD. It had some guys on there talking about what they thought of JKD and how this is wrong, this is right, blah, blah, blah. Okay, alright. Admittedly, like, I've read a few books and whatnot. Did a little bit here and there, but JKD is not my main art. But, no. First off, 3 as your target areas. You're an idiot. I'm sorry, you're a fucking idiot. What I said was kneecap, eyeballs, nut shot. No. 1. That star was a bad idea on the side of his. 1. Nut shots are decent here and there, but after a while, people are going to catch on. And at which point, they're going to block it and fuck you up. 2. I've looked at the, what's it called? The Tao of Jeet Kune Do. Yeah, he had a whole diagram where he's talking about a bunch of different target areas and the line across the center and all that other stuff. Keeping in the circumference and shit. Bruce Lee was there. And even in that video that I was reviewing, the kickboxing thing, the JKD kickboxing art, and anyway, had Diana Lee and her hubby on there. They were attacking several different places besides the nuts, the eyes, and the knees. Yes, those are usually in there, but they're not the only curriculum in there. You will get your ass kicked if that is your only targets. Limiting yourself in a fighting capacity, and oh my god, why did I think that star was a good idea? I was going for something. I'm not going to do it again because fuck, that does not work. Better with the hat or without that. I don't know, fuck it. Anyway, if you attempt that, you will get the shit beat out of you. And yes, there is distance, and yeah, you can come in with that slide strike for the eye gouge and the kick and whatnot, but it's not always going to work. Especially if you don't angle your attacks and you just keep coming back, forth, back, forth, back, forth. Because they're going to know where you're coming in, beat you head on, or not be there. Just move out the way and then sideswipe you. So that's a bad idea. And when you have the actual video of the daughter of the guy's main student, okay, so these kids are students of a guy who trained once with Bruce Lee's first student. Cool. Maybe Bruce Lee changed his mind. And I don't think that was the original anyway. And he would have said original Jun Fan Gung Fu. I have it written down somewhere in here. But at any rate, he didn't originally call it Jeet Kune Do. That came later, and then you would also be doing lots of forms if that were the case, which is not what y'all were doing. So, because originally he thought, according to Dan Alzada, that he thought forms were, and I didn't realize that forms fucking suck, because they suck. I'm sorry. Kata's forms, bullshit. That's what they are. You might as well do the Macarena, that'll get you just as ready for a fight. And yes, distance of attacks are a thing. Joe Louis went on and on about them, so I'm sure him and Bruce discussed it. I've seen in videos, I've never met any of these people, but seriously, it just, no. Again, it's not my main style, but it doesn't make a lot of sense to think that if you're attacking only 3 targets, that's going to get you there. No, that's going to get your ass kicked a lot. Anyway, It's like that bit in The Onion with Steven Seagal where he was the nut puncher and just ran around punching everybody in the nuts. That was a joke. And the reason it was a joke, because it makes no sense. People are gonna block it eventually. They even blocked it in the damn movie. Anyway, The Onion made a movie called The Onion, and they had Steven Seagal in there just walking around as the cock puncher. It's basically the same thing. This is a comedy act, folks. I hate to break it to you. I know you don't think you're comedy, but you're being comedy. Yes, there are, while you can bridge the distance with the slide step and whatnot for a punch or an eye gouge, but there's a point where you fake the eye gouge and you spin for that kick. But there are the kicks that's not just the side kick, and I realize that JKD Jeet Kune Do, for whatever reason, and I don't get it, puts the power leg forward. I personally disagree with that one, but that is a thing they do. Their power hands forward, or maybe not, but that's how they do it. Having watched, the JKD kickboxing video, they are saying that you can't switch up on that, so. And yes, Isaiah has put in a lot more of Kali in his style as he evolved. I'm sure Bruce had some, but I don't think it was as much. But at any rate, to call it original Jeet Kune Do, no, because he was altering the whole thing as he was going along. And it would keep getting altered all the way up to when Bruce passed. Dan was still altering it. I'm sure Diana, Lee, Isaiah is still altered. Just go with the concept. The whole point of it is it is the concepts. It's telling you how to use distance, telling you to use more practical moves and stuff like that. But when you're limiting it to just these 3 attack points is wrong. And also, they also were wrong in saying, well, it's just these 2 moves. No. Jeet Kune Do is find whatever works from whatever martial arts out there and use that. If it sucks, drop it. Hence the old keep what is functional, dump what is useless. It's not the fucking right wording, I know, but you get the point. Running around believing that you're going to win a fight by just attacking 3 targets or thinking that there isn't ranks. There is. You're not going to slide in and throw somebody unless you hit a perfectly timed fucking double leg. And you gotta have enough setup and shit for that, because you just try to. I guess you could do a slide, but it's really difficult, and I wouldn't want to be recommended if you don't want to try to set up somebody and just slide in real quick and take them down. But yeah, every fighting thing has distances. Yes, if somebody grabs you, you can attack them and twist their arm or whatnot. You can hit them in the nuts, still have their hands on you. But you can do that. But I wouldn't. I can do the grappling, and the nut shot is not always instant kill. I've seen people jump up from the shit. Like, I hit one dude like 4 or 5 times in the nuts. He still kept coming. Like, holy shit. He must be really small. But it's not an insta kill. I'm sorry.